It's your boy Z here. Do it to life, for life. Do it to you. A whole year of breast cancer awareness. Do it to 2021. The day is Tuesday. Yeah, I had to go back when my paper couldn't find my other, but guess what? We won't let this stop me. The day is Tuesday. I'm a little rough. It's late in the afternoon, maybe 4 o'clock. Kind of chilly out here, but guess what? On Tuesdays, it's the one thing. And I was just thinking, about the one thing, one of my areas I know, one of the one things that I've been doing is every day is just saying the question every single day. If I don't do anything else, if I only do one thing, if I can only do one thing per day, that would be to ask that question. What's the one thing that I can do that's such by doing to make everything else I'm gonna do today easier? And some of the things I'm gonna do today unnecessary. So I go ahead and ask that question every single day, and now it's becoming a part of me. I was me and my daughter. We was thinking about going to New York, staying in Manhattan, looking at some hotels and stuff like that, and we was just looking at the cost of rooms, what type of features and stuff like that. I said, you know what? We really hadn't got down to this thing. We really hadn't did it to life, did it to our vacation life, things that we know to do. And one of those things is just asking the question: How can we? What can we do? Who should we call? When should we stay? We never put the real true questions to it yet. Say we just messing around a little bit, but we know we got that arsenal, we got that recipe that we can kind of put together and come up with extraordinary answers, because that's what I've been practicing for the last 58 days, laying this foundation, being able to ask these questions, being able to focus in. I know I want to get to a point. I was looking at my family business. We was working on some on the side, right? My wife want to retire next year, and we trying to put some things together. But I was saying, you know what? I really hadn't put that into the 411, put that into the plan, really broke down to the smallest dominoes. Because it's one thing that I want to do, and it just dawned on me that, hey, look, maybe this domino is not small enough. I know you want to do it. Maybe you need to crack it down to an even smaller domino on there. So that's what I'm gonna do. Put pen to paper. That's the key thing. Putting pen to paper. Actually writing out a plan. Not letting this brain of ours, this brain of mine right here, kind of, set me off to the side. I'm listening to my wife, her aspiration, my son's his next year, his New Year's resolutions coming up. What he want to do? I overheard him talking to his friends. And I'm gonna really get serious, and I'm asking the question. How can I nudge him to the calendar, right? Just putting something on the calendar, because we already been talking. I already had a calendar with him. It was something as simple as just going ahead and just following one person, making a post every single day. Just hadn't understood. Think they don't understand the gravity of those small steps, which a lot of people don't. Hey, look, it's that simple. How could it be that simple? Just one little small action. Just reading one word out of a book every single day. That's 365 words, right? Some days you're gonna read more than others. But the deal is, all I have to do is just read one. Guess what I did last night? Got on the elliptical last night. I pedaled for a little bit, lifted a little bit of weights, did a few little curls. Guess what? I want to be the kind of guy that exercise every day. You know what? Also, too, just a recap of yesterday, in case you did not listen to the One Thing podcast, which I highly suggest that you do, and some other podcasts are out there as well too. But they interviewed one of the guys and Bigger Pockets, and this guy's about real estate investing. Everybody want to invest, but they haven't figured out a way to kind of get in there and start investing, right? That's what my daughter want to do. That's what she's listening to. My oldest daughter. I got two daughters. So she's listening to that. And so this guy, he was talking about, getting other people on board, making deals, and just staying focused on the one thing. He was just staying focused on just one of his things was he wanted to be the kind of guy that exercise every day. So he put the goal out there, I'm exercise every day. But he had some rules in place. He was liking the gym. Hey, I'm tired of gym. Let me try jujitsu. Let me try something else. He said one thing that he did have that was going for him, that he always wanted to finish the gold out, no matter what. No matter what. So He figured out a way. Another guy, he's maybe 200 days behind. The only way he can catch up, he had to double up, work out twice a day. So guess what? Hey, how can I do this? How can I catch up? He put the question out there, got the answer back. It was a guy came out there, and his thing was, gosh, I don't know what the name of his program was, but it was on that episode, and his thing was working out twice a day. In that way, he can reach his goal by exercising twice a day. I don't know if that exercising was 2 hours a day versus 1 hour a day, or 1 hour a day versus 30 minutes a day. I don't know what that exercising was, but he said that he was able to catch up and get back on track, right? But with everything else, it's things that I want to do that I'm gonna have to change some rules. And as far as the work life balance, some things I'm gonna have to bring home, right? I'm gonna have to work on them, but I got this in my mind. Hey, when I'm off, I'm just gonna be off. You heard of that? I'm not gonna answer the phone. I'm not gonna do nothing. I answer the phone a couple of times a day, and I'm thinking, gosh, you know what? That's one of those strongholds, right? I mean, it's one of those strongholds that would, when I'm away from work, can you really turn it off? And then when you're at work, just be all on. You know, I think it's gonna intermingle. It's gonna mix, but you gotta, figure out a way. Maybe it's to time block work stuff at home and time block home stuff at work. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking you're gonna have to have a time block somewhere, and I'm thinking that's what it is. It's just writing it down and putting a time block in place. And I'm just working this out. Like I say, this do it to life is not nothing that's new. It is something that I already know to do. I just have to do it to that particular area of my life. Can I do it in other areas? Yeah. Am I doing it in other areas? Yeah, to a certain extent. But we want to get purposeful. He said definitely going over from being an entrepreneur, just using our natural skills, to being purposeful and having an actual plan and actually moving in the proper direction. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so I need to get in. We need to plug in the plan, and this one thing is just it's just focus. It's just putting it to paper, writing the stuff down. Man, guys, sometimes it's hard. Like I say, this day 58, and it still ain't got to the point where it's automatic that I'm automatically writing this stuff down. Maybe because I hadn't put that on the calendar, I'm not tracking that, right? Me writing the X on the paper, that's sort of kind of building a little bit, right? You know what I'm saying? It's sort of kind of, right? I'm writing down a little bit, right? So just got to write some more stuff down. And I'm thinking it was one of these stories I read, what gets tracked gets done. If it's not trackable, then it's going to be hard to get it done. How can you tweak and how can you move if what you're doing is not trackable? Like when you come in and say, hey, what's your plan for December? Man, I'm going to get after it. Hey, what does that mean? Is it trackable? If it's not trackable, how do you know? I'm going to smash it. I'm going to crush it. I'm going to do massive action. What kind of action? How much is massive? How do you know when you're on point, when you're on top? So let's do it. Let's do it to life today. I mean, that's where I'm at. That's a recap of the one he was talking about. Just making those decisions that he made when he was younger. I guess guy, from Bigger Pockets. He was, you know, selling pieces or something like that, and he bought his first house and flipped it, and he had to get his family members on board. He ended up had a nice book in there, Rich Dad Poor Dad. Hope you guys listen to Rich Dad Poor Dad. It's a great book. Never know which book is going to do it for you, which one you're going to be able to understand, that you're going to be able to get. Now me, I'm kind of dogmatic about it because I'm liking this one thing. If I could just focus on this one book, instead of me saying, hey, I'm going to read 50 books, I'm listening to 50 podcasts, I'm just trying to get the one, right? And my one is actually 3, right? See what I'm saying? So it's actually 3 books that I'm in right now, and it's hard cutting the fat, because when you cut the fat, you gotta cut some meat too, and that fear of loss, that fear of losing some meat with it, I think it's crazy sometimes. Me and my daughter, we always talking. We always talking about that. That fear of loss. Or why we don't press into something, or why we're hanging on to old ideas and old things, even though we don't like old clothes, we don't wear them, but we won't get rid of them. Our egos want to find them a perfect home. Hey, I want to find a perfect home, so I'm gonna hold on to this. Let's just go and do it, man. Let's just do it. I shot another video the other night inside my basement. I'm still thinking about that, applying the one thing in that area. But I'm gonna apply this one thing to my relationships. Just to see, what's the one thing that I can do uh, to help my family grasp onto these concepts. What is that one thing that I can do to help them grasp on the concepts that make everything else I'm trying to do to help them grasp on easier, unnecessary? It's a good question, and I'm gonna listen for the answer. And tomorrow, guess what? Tomorrow is Wednesday. The Wednesday is gonna be the seeking. So now I'm gonna take the information, the answers that I did get back, the direction which I got on Monday. Now I'm gonna start going in that direction and purposefully, intentfully looking for something with expectation that I'm gonna find it. You see what I'm saying? Seeking, you shall find. I have to have that expectation that I am gonna find the answer. So this your boy Obz. Do it to life for life. Do it to you. Do it to 2021. A whole year of breast cancer awareness and personal growth. I'm on 58, 59 coming. No doubt. Hope you with me. Peace out.